Hello everybody, I am Josh Rodriguez, ERP Integration Architect, and today I'm going to show you a modern finance integration architecture focused on accounts receivable, GraphQL, and artificial intelligence. I'll begin with the working application with a quick demo, and then I will explain the architecture behind it. So let's get started. So going over the quick demo, I'm gonna go over a couple of URLs, and I'm gonna start with the model for the customers that we have in our database. So as you can see, we have created an API server for customers data, and here we have our customers. We have customer Acme Health Services, Global Manufacturing, and Northwind Logistics. So for this case, we're gonna focus on Acme Health Services since it has a credit status of watch. Let's go over our second endpoint, which is gonna be regarding the invoices for the same customer. Again, the customer is C1001, just like we have it here. And it has two invoices, one for 8750 and one for 6250. Okay, both with a status of open. Then we're gonna open the payments endpoint. And we see that for the same customer, it has made a payment of 3,000. Then we're gonna look at the aging endpoint, and here we can see that for this same customer, it has aging data with a total outstanding amount of $7,500, which is a lot. So now that we have seen all of these endpoints, we're gonna go into Ruru, which is basically the IDE that we will be using for GraphQL. GraphQL being a sort of easier way to perform queries on these endpoints, because again, we're making one call for customers, one for invoices, one for payments, and one for aging. GraphQL allows us to aggregate all of those, and in a way that we can do it like if we were doing SQL queries for those who are familiar with SQL development. Okay, so let's go over that same data that we just saw and look at it aggregated with this first query that we have here. We run it and we see that we queried the customer name, which is right here, the industry, which is healthcare, credit status, and so on. We see the invoices right here. If we remember from before, it has two invoices that are open. It has made one payment for $3,000, and it has its aging data with a total outstanding of $7,500. So that's for that. Now let's go over the AI section that we have added for this application as an enhancement. And the AI section, what it's gonna do is basically write a summary, sort of an analysis that can be used by an accounts receivable analyst for this case. We're gonna run it, and it's gonna take a little over 10 seconds because this is being run on a virtual machine. We're gonna go over performance, security, and all of that in a later video, but meanwhile, we can see that again, we're querying the customer ID that we just saw, the name, the status, the aging, and if you can see here, we added a new field called AR summary. This is basically returning the analysis done by the local large language model. And here we see we have Acme Services, the credit status, the aging, and our new AR summary, which is gonna read like an email. It's gonna say, subject, Accounts Receivable Summary for Acme Health Systems. Dear Acme Health Systems, this AR summary is provided by Josh to highlight the current status of your outstanding balance with our company. As of today, your total outstanding amount is $7,500, with an aging risk due to the significant balances in the 61 to 90 day and over 90-day categories. Recommended next actions include sending reminders, yada yada yada. So again, this is an AI response used to aid an AR analyst with this process. That's as far as the application demo goes. Let's go real quick over the architecture of this. So for the data layer, we have our regular database for accounts receivable with tables for customers, invoices, payments, and aging data. For the application layer, which is based on Node.js, as we saw, we created both let's say both ways of accessing the data, one for the REST APIs and another for GraphQL API. So for REST APIs, these are all the endpoints that we just saw for invoices, payments, aging, and AR summary. And for GraphQL, basically being the data aggregation for being able to do this without having to make multiple endpoint calls. And lastly, we have our AI layer based on our local large language model, which provides the AR summary generation. That's it for this presentation. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.